Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to our channel, the Eaton Squad. My name is Eddie. So for today's video, is President Trump targeting green card holders in the US? Let's talk about it. Details coming right up. So before we proceed with any of this update, this is actually a true story, just recently happened, but I wanted to put this out there that this video is not imposing fear to those who are green card holders in the United States, but perhaps this is an awareness that if you have acquired your status as a green card holder or a permanent resident or even a U.S. citizen in the United States of America legally, then you shouldn't be worrying about it. For as long as you're a law-abiding citizen in the U.S., for as long as you did not get convicted of any crimes, you shouldn't be worrying about this. I have seen a lot of news lately with regards to the crackdown of illegal immigrants in the United States. And I have seen horror stories as well of green card holders who are detained by ICE or the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. They get detained because they are green card holders as soon as they enter the United States. And this video is about this Filipino citizen, a 64 years old, a green card holder for 50 years, who just recently had a vacation in the Philippines. She was just here for 2 weeks. Then when she came back to the United States, she was detained at Seattle International Airport. Then later on was transferred to an ICE detention facility. Yes, it's sad that this is happening over there, but hear me out. This particular individual, I am not going to mention her name for privacy purposes, but she had a case 21 years ago of embezzlement. This is according to her lawyer. And this is what her lawyer thinks that triggered the detention. In another article that I have read, you guys can find this on the internet because it's been all over in the United States, even in the Philippines. News media in the Philippines have been posting about this case of a green card holder, Filipino citizen, just recently when she came back to the United States. The first article that I have read was something about her green card not being renewed. But later on, there was an article also that she just recently renewed her green card in 2022. So I assume she's a holder of a 10-year green card, a permanent resident of the United States. She did not apply for U.S. citizenship and just continue renewing her permanent resident status in the United States. But what I think with all this ordeal is that there are more to the stories that we don't know, that there are more to the stories that her lawyer probably is not disclosing to anybody because this is an isolated case and they're fighting over it. That way she can be out of the detention facility. And as what I've heard on the statement of her lawyer is that they are waiting on the document. On the embezzlement case that she had 21 years ago, she served 30 days in a halfway house. It's not really a jail. It's a house with a bunch of rooms in there that you will be detained. You can still go out. You can go to work, but you have to come back on a certain time. It's not really a jail, but it's kind of like in the Philippines, we could probably call it a house arrest. But to them, they can still go out and work. She served 30 days and she was fined for $6,400. And that was it. And like I said, her lawyer was thinking that that was the trigger of this whole fiasco at the airport. So up until now, as we speak, she is still at the detention center. And for sure, there will be more news on this if ever she will be released, or worse, gets deported back to the Philippines. So what I can say on this scenario, because I know there are green card holders over here that are freaking out and are worried to go home to the Philippines. I've even read one comment that she goes home to the Philippines twice a year. She's a green card holder, but her family is worried and afraid that she may not be able to go back to the United States or won't be able to be admitted into the United States because of this crackdown. As what I know, when President Trump assumed office, he's really after to those illegal immigrants, especially with criminal records and stuff in the United States. I have not really heard of anybody who came or acquired their permanent resident in the United States legally and have not been convicted of any crimes in the United States. So if you, as a Filipino, who have acquired your green card or your lawful permanent resident status in the United States, you're a law-abiding while you are a resident in the United States, I don't really see anything wrong, or I don't really see any problem of your status and not to worry about it, because if you have not really done anything wrong in the United States as a resident, they're not just gonna put you guys to jail. That's not even right. Everything goes through a due process, and they're not just gonna snatch you up and put you to jail. Like I said, on the incident of our kababayan, like I said, there's probably more to the story that we don't know and that they refuse to disclose, or maybe that's just it because of her previous records of an embezzlement case. We don't know exactly what's going to happen to her, but for sure, there is going to be a follow-up update on this. I have friends that just came back from the Philippines to the United States. Her green card is even expired, and she's traveling with the extension letter given to her by the USCIS. And she came back to the United States just fine. No questions asked. The process was smooth, and she's back in the US. I have other friends also who just got back from the Philippines, green card holders also. They said if you have complete documentation during your immigration and customs process in the US, everything goes smooth and quick. They actually process you as quick as they can so you can exit the airport. So this is what I've been saying. Don't fear. If you know that you have not done anything wrong, and if you know that you have acquired your green card status in the United States legally without any fraud involved during the process. And I don't really think that they're really after you. If you're there legally, they're after on others that are up to no good with criminal records and stuff, and they are being processed for deportation. And please be aware of what's going on in the United States, especially with what's going on over there right now with this mass deportation that President Trump is processing. It wouldn't hurt to have a little knowledge of what's going on. That way, you will know to fight for your right, and you will know that you don't really have anything to worry about. Just like what I've said earlier, if you're there legally and hasn't been convicted of any crime for the whole time you're a resident of the United States, I don't really see any problem of you being detained by the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE. Since we are on this topic already, do you know of a friend or a relative that had experienced this? Or do you know somebody who have just recently traveled back to the Philippines and back to the US on a green card status and went through just fine during their immigration and customs process entering back to the United States? If you guys can share it, I would really appreciate it. So this is the latest. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, concerns, or inquiries with regards to this video or in any of our travel related videos, please comment it down below and I will try to get back to you guys as soon as I can. Again, guys, thank you so much for the continuous support and trust to our channel and to our family. Hope to see you on our next travel update. Stay safe, stay healthy, and God bless everyone.